it doesn't seem like they're coming from a place of goodwill. It seems like they're coming from a place to get their own agenda across, which is to undermine and overcome their cases, to have marijuana legalized by means of trying to smoke it on the streets and do things that are going to keep them intentionally arrested so they can fight the system. So, I mean, I think putting money in a meter is a great thing. I think everyone in this town has probably done that for some people when they see that a meter is starting to run out of time. But in terms of the way that they're doing it, we've seen video of the way that they walk around to have a video of their That's why we need an investigation, because their mannerisms and the way they speak to people are sort of, they try to stay in this zone where they're not saying anything that's over the line, but they're saying things in manners where they want to get a rise out of people, and then as soon as someone else reacts, and it's just, I haven't liked the way that they operate in this town whatsoever, and I think, they're great, but the way that they're doing it is not okay. They are being arrested. It's sort of their MO. And for them to get this positive attention with their group of loving citizens, it's not good. Okay? Here.
So you're saying this started before?
I'm saying that the stuff in this town, like this, they come to every meeting and they take the word out of somebody, they have a blog and they talk really negatively about all of the situations in this town, all of the people that speak out against it in this town. They're taking right now. This is going to be on their blog and they'll do their things to it however they want to do it. I don't work for the city. But I mean, it's just, it's not a positive group of folks. They were a positive group of folks. They're changing. And that's not the case. So, I just think it's important that the media at large understands the side of the conversation and not just the sort of fun story that looks like one of the leaders are getting on camera. That's not the case. So thank you. I didn't share my side of the story.
Okay, well, I feel like the citizenry does support us. On a daily basis, if I go out on a Saturday, I'll get at least $10 of donations. I get probably 2 to 5 checks each week in the mail from people we've saved. I get thank you cards. I've had a girl hug me. I feel like there's a lot of support. And this is something I think it irritates the city so much because it is something that the citizenry supports as opposed to a lot of things that she mentioned I wasn't even part of. I don't smoke marijuana in public. I don't really care about that issue. But this is the one form of activism it's overwhelmingly positive. And the community does support us. You can go, I haven't even posted all the checks I've gotten. But we've saved over 4,000 vehicles since January 2013, so through January to April. And like I said, I've had so much support, people coming up and giving me money. I don't know. I have a lot of video footage of support.
You have a response?
My response is, if you're putting a nickel in a meter or a quarter in a meter, saves them a $5 ticket that they know full well they were going to get if they didn't feed the meter. So it's not like you're saving someone who is in need of being saved.
No, they may be in need. We don't know. Suppose you go get your hair cut and you put 45 minutes in the meter. It's a little more busy. It took 50 minutes. And then you get a $5 ticket. It's going to hurt the businesses downtown because their customers are going to be upset if they got a parking ticket.
What also hurts the businesses downtown, and business owners, if you talk to some of the business owners, if you reach out to them, they'll tell you this, that one of the advantages for the business owners of having the 2-hour parking is that someone doesn't park in front of their business all day long. So it actually deters business to some of these, and it's hard to get parking on Main Street.
Well, don't you think a better solution would be to build more spaces and let the businesses solve the parking problem, if there is one? I feel like this is a classic case of the government causing the problem and then providing a very poor solution. It's almost as if the government has broken your leg and then gives you a crutch. Well, they still broke your leg. They caused the problem and they don't provide a good solution.
Well, I think and the group seems to be consistent go about this kind of because they're going after people that are hired to do the job. They aren't the ones that created that job. They aren't in any position to change anything. But you're targeting people that are trying to collect the money from give out the tickets. They're just doing a job.
My response to that is actions speak louder than words. And I could go every night to the city council meetings and talk to them about, hey, let's build more parking spots, or whatever I think the solution should be. I personally don't believe in citizen planning, and I think that the businesses should be allowed to solve the parking problem. But I don't feel like the city would listen to me. But if I go out and I show my displeasure, I try to prevent and reduce the number of tickets being issued, then that makes a much greater impression than if I just went and talked to the city councilors. That would do nothing. That's the approach that's been tried for years in Keene, and it has yielded no results.
I don't know if you are involved in this, but
Can you provide me an example of where the citizenry as a whole went to the city council? I can provide you a great one. The only time the city council meeting was ever fully packed was on the Bearcat issue. The city council still voted to accept the Bearcat. They don't care what we have to say. I feel like I have no other method to show my displeasure with the tickets. And Article 4 of the New Hampshire Constitution, I have the right of conscience. I think parking tickets are immoral because parking your vehicle should not be a crime. There's no discernible victim from parking your vehicle. That's my belief. And it's even more outrageous when Saturday morning at 8:30, they're out here writing tickets where there's tons of empty spots, no one's being denied parking. So even if there is an argument to be made, they should only enforce during peak hours, which would save the city money because people would still pay the meters, and then they would only have to hire enforcers. They could really cut back on their workforce and save money for the taxpayers. Okay. You talk. Well, I'm all about openness. You can send me an email.
You went through the proper channels, and I know that's a difficult concept because it's not the way that you want to do it. But you just said, I feel like they wouldn't listen to me. There's two reasons.
I've been to the city council. I've talked to them.
And I think that this is not about opening. This is about us that has been very, put it mildly, annoying to the city.
Yeah, but I personally, I don't feel like I've done anything as an individual. You see what I'm saying? You're lumping me into a group. I wasn't out here at the 420.